the next exercise. So the movement is opposite arm and leg. The side on view, making sure you've got your left leg forward, right arm forward, and big extension. So often I explain doing the splits with the arms and the legs. So the arms and legs are working in a big range of motion to increase the flexibility and mobility of the limbs, the shoulders. Make sure you're stretching out through the hip flexor, stretching the hand. So if you want to work one leg option, you're going to ask the participants to keep one knee bent and one leg still, while the other leg is working forwards and backwards. You can work both arms forwards, backwards, making sure you're strong and stable through the upper body and really working with power in both directions. Dumbbells are really useful to increase the resistance and therefore the power through the upper body, driving through, making sure the chest, shoulders and back muscles are engaged. To demonstrate suspended, you're going to work through, making sure you're pushing through with the back leg, so the knees passing in under the body. Extend through. Lots of range with the legs, lots of range with the arms. A good variation is to either let go of one dumbbell and put it down, or that dumbbell can be worked on the hip, pushing the other dumbbell forwards and backwards, pushing through, strong action. Drive through with the dumbbell. Another variation is to work that arm across the body. Push through. Big, strong action. Double dumbbell variations and working the bells. You can take the head and shoulders as long as the lower back feels comfortable. Make sure you cue those safety options. If you're not feeling great through the lower back, then you want to keep the range small. Otherwise, stretch it all the way out. A little twist with the legs and hip means the leg may come across the body, but again, only if that's comfortable for the lower back. You can bring the arms out and in that cross-country action also. But still working big range with the arms and the legs. Another great routine in deep water is the star jump version. I often do it to the music of river dance or Irish music, which always puts a smile on participants' face. With the dumbbells, you can start with the bells out wide, while participants get used to the lateral movement of the legs working out and in. Then, a counter-intuitive move has the bells together, the feet apart, and then the feet together and the bells apart. So you're working slowly, out and in. Perfect posture, chest out, shoulder blades squeezing together. Then you're swinging through, out and in. A variation of this is to work one leg across the body and the arm meeting halfway, pushing through, working the other side across the body. Strong action and then alternating. And you can do the same behind. As long as you're strong through your core and your abdominal and the hips stay tilted forward and also one in front, one behind, again as long as you're rock solid through your upper body. Stay strong, then you can alternate, push through to the other side. You can take the arms out again without, as long as your participants are strong through the hips and haven't had hip replacements, they can cross the legs over, making sure they're working out and then crossing over, out, cross over. Chest out, push through. Once you get into that routine, you can bring the dumbbells in, so you push through. Strong action. If you want to isolate the legs, you can keep the legs apart and you'll get this natural swinging hip action. So the legs will stay strong, your feet are flexed, and you're pushing your hips forward while you're working the arms. You can tap in front and behind, push through. You can rest the arms and you can work legs out, forward, back, out and in, forward, back, out and in. And doing any combination or sequence of all those routines. That routine should really work the abdominals and core strength, have you engaged through your middle, but working the arms in different directions or working with your hands up out of the wall. Another series of routines not using any equipment could be a combination of flutter kicking, which increases the heart rate and elevates the heart rate very quickly, sculling through with the hands, all the power coming from the thighs. So your toes are down to the ground, the ankles are relaxed, and you're lifting the body straight out of the water, getting as high as you can. You can relax the body and then lift up again, relax the body, and maybe hold for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, trying to get the participants to hold themselves out of the water as high as they can. They can actually do that without the hands also, working just from the ribs down, really powerful, strong and stabilized through your middle, and all the power coming from the thighs, the quads, the hamstrings and your glutes, hip flexors, really working hard to power through with floppy ankles. Another routine is that rock and roll action where both legs are swinging forwards and backwards, swinging through. You can do that without equipment, pushing forwards and backwards. And then you can go into a flutter kick, but you're in the push-up position that naturally people know as this. They're working in that position, hands are sculling through, so forward, back, strong action. Legs are out. Now you've got two options with this exercise. You can travel it by keeping the ankles relaxed, floppy kick so you get propulsion forward, or you can flex the feet, hold them in strong, and just poke the toes down as you move through. It's a short action, bracing through, and you can scull through on the spot, or you can relax the ankle and really work hard to scull through the hands supporting the body in that push-up position. Then you can hover on the spot, flexing the feet again. You can hold the legs still and then travel backwards. So you're just going to have to, from the sculling action, take the palms up and work the water but push it forward. So you're massaging the water, pushing it forward so the body will maneuver backwards. So you're working the water. So palms up, fingers up, and work the water out in, out in, out in to travel backwards. So then again, the flutter kick, rock and roll action, and the flutter in the push-up position, maneuvering the body forwards, backwards, or staying on the spot is a really great routine to get the heart rate up and have people moving through the water without the use of any equipment.